how do you shift your state? How do you go from broke, unhappy, unhappily single in a relationship, not wealthy, not healthy, from this undesirable state that you might be stuck in right now to the state where you have everything, the wealth, the fame, the name, the success? How do you make this shift? That is what we are going to talk about today. How do you go from how do you shift from an undesirable state to the desirable state? And there are three things that play the most important role in this shift, and we are going to talk about them today. But let me give you a brief description, a brief just name dropping of what those three things are. It's discipline, repetition, and mental diet. These three things, when done together, are going to enable you to completely shift your identity and your reality from somebody who doesn't have anything and for whom nothing works out to somebody who has it all. And I'm going to give you neuroscience backed ideas and facts that are going to help you understand why these three things are so important, because we know mental diet is a Neville Goddard concept. We know repetition is talked about in the affirmation community and manifestation community. Discipline is something that a lot of coaches don't touch because, like there's this whole thing about like having to put in a little bit of work even for your desire seems like a topic that people would like to step away from as if it's a landmine, but it's very essential. And we are going to talk about why that is in today's video as well. But you need to understand that if you have these three things, and if you master these three things, nothing can stop you from getting what you want. And in fact, if you master these three things, your results will come in so quickly that you might even get angry at yourself after manifesting your desires, thinking, if it was this simple, what was I waiting for? And that's exactly it. So let's talk about them. Why do you need discipline? Let's just seriously, that's one topic that's talked about the least within the manifestation community. And you need to know why it is so important. Because let me tell you, I know that you're on this video not because you're trying to manifest seeing a yellow car or seeing a purple flower. You're trying to manifest real life changing stuff that really would help you. That big amount of money, that fame, that success, that boyfriend of yours or that girlfriend of yours, that partner of yours, the money, the good health, the vast and vivid change in your circumstances. You're here not because you're trying to manifest measly stuff, but you're actually trying to make a difference in your life. Which also means that you're currently at a place where the dominant thought pattern or the dominant assumption, the reality that is dominating you right now, is one where you do not have what you desire. Your dominant assumptions are that you do not have what you desire. And in order to manifest your dream reality, your dominant assumption will need to become, I have what I desire, right? And you're on this video wondering how that happens. And the first thing I tell you is you need to be disciplined. With what? With repetition and with your mental diet. Which is why I took it up first. Why do you need discipline? Because here's how manifestation occurs, guys. We all know that our assumptions and our beliefs manifest. They are the one and the same thing to me. What you assume to be true, it's the same thing as saying, I believe it to be true. I believe it. Because it's an assumption, it's assumed, so it's believed. Assumptions and beliefs are the same thing to me, right? So, how are beliefs created? In the book Psycho-Cybernetics, there are three ways that are taught about in which belief or assumption is created. One, a life altering, earth shattering event happens that changes your perception of the reality. So something happens, something major happens, and it changes your biology. It changes your neural network. So that's immediate, right? That's instant. That's the first thing. But this is not in your control. The second thing that changes your assumptions or beliefs is receiving some sort of information from somebody you really look up to. Like this person is at a pedestal for you and they tell you something and you believe it. So basically, it's belief being created because you believe the person who's telling you that thing so badly that they tell you something and it immediately transforms your biology or neuro neurological patterns. But that again is not in your control. But the third path is in your control. It's the only path which is in your control, and that is repetition. Repetition creates beliefs. Repetition is a pathway which is in your control that creates belief, which is why repetition is important. But we are talking about discipline right now. Why discipline? With what I told you, you must have already come to the conclusion that your current beliefs are formed by repetition. So, whatever you are experiencing in your life right now was created via repetition. It's very likely that it didn't happen overnight. If you are struggling with money, maybe everybody in your family has struggled with money, and that manifestation and that programming went into your mind since you were born. So it's years and years worth of repetition, and that's why it's a belief. Now, would it take years to change that belief? No, because it takes a few repetitions. There's this number that floats around in the community quite often, the 10,000 repetitions, where beliefs start forming place. So, no, it won't take years for you to change that belief, but you will have to, with discipline, keep repeating your dream scenario for this new belief to overtake the old one. And then you'll, of course, also have to ignore the old belief whenever it comes into your mind. You are going to tell it to F off, because I don't know about you, but when I want something and the old identity shows up, I just tell it to bugger off because I'm sick and tired of it and I don't want it anymore. I would not let my old reality block me from the new one. So I just it's a culminated it's a cultivated thing that I just don't allow it to come to my mind, right? So similarly, you're going to have to ignore it. That's the mental diet bit. But all of it will need discipline because your subconscious mind works on beliefs, right? Why discipline? Your subconscious works on belief, and once a belief is created, it will hold on to it, which is both good and bad news for you because good news in the sense that once you are able to create a new belief, it will not leave easily. But right now, it might be bad news for you because your subconscious will keep throwing the old idea in front of you, in your face, to fight for the belief that it currently holds because your subconscious does not care if this belief is good or bad. It just wants to keep you safe and it wants to hold on to its beliefs. So, this is why you will need discipline. When that idea comes up, you're going to have to say, no, that's not working for me anymore. This is the new idea. This is what we want now. This is what's safe for us now. This is what we live like now. And that's where you understood discipline, that's where repetition plays a key role. You're going to have to repeat your affirmations, your visualizations every single day. You visualize yourself getting what you want and living in that reality. Affirm I am affirmations or any kind of affirmations that tell you that you already have your desire. Keep affirming it robotically as much as you can. And if you want added oomph to your manifestation practice, visualize 10 minutes a day before going to bed, after waking up, whenever you get the time. Visualize living from that dream reality. That's living in the end. Living from that dream reality. Visualize what you would do, where you would go, what you would buy, what you would wear, what kind of person you would be when your dream reality is already here. Repeat this, and the more you, every repetition strengthens your assumption. Every single one of the repetitions is strengthening your new assumption. This is how you create new beliefs. Now, the question that might be swirling in your mind is, okay, I'm creating a new belief, but what about the old ones? Do you need to do shadow work, or what do you need to do to get rid of the old ones? The answer is no shadow work. You're going to ignore it and it will go away. Your brain is not so stupid. Your brain is a highly efficient machine. When it realizes that you are giving no attention to a thought pattern, it will reallocate resources. It does not. Even your phone will not keep things in the recycle bin forever. It purges stuff out by itself. Do you know that in 30 days, if you don't delete files from the recycle bin, the phone will delete it automatically. It will not ask for your permission. And that's exactly how your brain is. If you decide to delete some idea from your reality and you don't give it any attention, you don't try to restore it from the recycle bin, you don't think about it, you ignore it when it comes up, and there's always grace here. It's not like you cannot, like, if you thought about it once, it's restored. No. Like, even in your phone, you can go check what stuff is there in the recycle bin, right? And the phone will not automatically restore it. It doesn't work like that, right? There is grace here, like once or twice, 15-20 minutes. If you react to the old reality, that's fine. But if you are doing your best throughout the day to predominantly think of living in your reality and not visiting, trying to restore the recycle bin stuff, a little bit of a visit here and there, a little bit of a idea popping up in your head is not harmful, but you need to do your best to avoid it as much as you can. And when it comes up, get up, walk away, think about the new idea, think about your new reality, and that's mental diet. And when you do this, you will shift states. This is how you shift states. The better you do this work, the quicker you will shift states, the quicker you will manifest. Why it takes a lot of time is because you are wavering consistently, going here and there, and you're predominantly thinking about the stuff in the recycle bin rather than thinking about the new stuff. Leave the recycle bin alone and focus on your dream reality. Think about it, affirm about it, visualize, get disciplined, and you will shift states and you will manifest your desire, and it will happen so quickly. It will make your head spin. This is literally what's written in the book Think and Grow Rich, that when money comes, it will come so quickly that it will make your head spin. It will make you wonder where it was all along. So you need to understand that with little bit of discipline and with repetition and with mental diet, you can shift your reality so quickly it will make your head spin. That's how you do it. So thank you so much for joining me here today. Subscribe to the channel if you've not subscribed yet. By the way, I'm Neha Kumar. So like this video, hit the bell icon, subscribe when you are subscribing. Share this video, comment Master Manifestor. To book personal coaching, check the description box for all the details of how you can contact me, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.